Welcome to OSM, Operation Safe Mode. Peace be with you. Today, OSM goes on the road in order that we may bring to you a very special episode. An episode that reminds us that even in the darkness of this time of COVID-19, not only are we trusting in the Lord and finding our safety in Him from the virus, we also extend our hands in that same kind of trust and love for others who find darkness, not always with what the world is suffering, but something more intimate, something more personal, such as a young woman who finds herself with child and no one to support them. Tonight's video is about Ryan Scavnicky and the Knights for Life who wanted to reach out and give hope and give love to those who are willing to bring about the gift of God's love that comes forth from their womb, their child, to the world today. Our project began long ago, before COVID. It was an idea to reach out in and through our community to support these young people. And as you know, the program was Hitting for Hope, a pro-life, pro-woman, pro-love opportunity. And Ryan's playing baseball was just a vehicle for so many to do so much good. So let us now meet Ryan Scavnicky and hear how this idea came about and what success came about because you too participated in this act of love, a hope for those who live in darkness can find the light of the gift of their child. Hitting for Hope is such a great concept for reaching out to those who are in most need of God's mercy, those who give us hope, not only in supporting them in their pregnancy, but hope to the future that each and every young life is so important. So Ryan, I know that it was back in February that the Knights for Life began to desire to send these love boxes to those who were with child. How did that concept come about for you?
I mean, first I just had the idea, I wanted to do something more to support these women. And I know one of my talents is playing baseball, so I figured I'd put the two together and we discussed some ideas back and forth, and then we came up with this concept of donating these love boxes to the women for each hit that I get during the season, just as a way to support these women and raise awareness.
Right, and before you opened it up for others to share in this Hitting for Hope, you had already made up your mind that you yourself were going to donate a love box for each hit that you had in that particular season.
Yeah, I originally just started as something that I was going to do, and then us as a group had the idea to reach out to see if more people would want to jump in, and then you were so kind to get many of the parishioners here who were so supportive and turned into something so much bigger than I originally thought of.
What was interesting, I think, was that it seemed so simple to set up the program. I remember going to the men's group and the women's group. I remember talking about it after Mass, and your season was just getting ready to start, and I was kind of teasing the people. I said, well, I think you can probably pretty much expect Ryan to have about 19 to 23 hits. That was my prediction for your season. But the one thing that we didn't even think about was that there wouldn't be a season. And, you know, COVID came, and now that season was going to be your junior year as a Norwin Knight baseball player. That was the season that we were kind of using as the hits for hope.
Yeah, that was the original plan, and then when the whole virus started, that got canceled, and I didn't really know what to do, but then we formed this summer league and ended up playing 15 or so games, which worked out really well.
Now, when we were in that kind of red zone of COVID, it was pretty depressing, you know, thinking that not only were you not going to get to play baseball, but where would we go with this project? And I really think in some ways this is how God always works. It seemed that we picked up speed in regards to interest in it, because I think the people felt for you like, you know, this young man wants to do this great work and baseball's not going to be there. So I believe a lot of people, even at that time, who had, we were going to donate per hit, correct? That was kind of the way we looked at each box is $16. So each hit that you had, you were going to purchase a box, and then others were donating per box as well. And I think because the season kind of got canceled and we didn't get to do anything until the summer league season, I think a lot of people at that time just decided to say, hey, we're just going to give straight donations.
Yeah, that was kind of how it worked. So we kind of had a mix between the two, but it worked out really well, and we ended up with so many more than I originally expected.
Now, when you and I were first talking, like I'm an optimist.
Yeah.
Everything I do is +1. And so when we were talking, I kind of thought maybe we would get, what was
You
I
said
my
maybe
prediction?
we'll get like 100 boxes, but and at the time I was like, no way. But now we're ended up here we are with 280 of them. So
I was only wrong on how many hits you would have.
yeah.
Yeah, so no, it was pretty remarkable what took place. But even more importantly, now today, as we share this, Ryan and I just want to express how important it was for the parish to get involved. And one of, I think, the lessons that Ryan and the Knights for Life really learned through this process was God will always use us as vehicles through the talents that we have. And we really don't have to do much more than just, in many ways, show up. Because He will bring to us in our desire and make it 100-fold. In the scriptures where Jesus says that to us, He says, those who have been given much will be given more. And it'll spill over into His love, and He will share that love. So that's great news. That many boxes, to think 280 boxes are going to help support these young women. And how many different locations will they be going? Do you have any idea?
Yeah, so there's actually 8 different pregnancy centers that we're going to be taking them to.
In our local area?
For the most part,
Yeah. Wow. Okay, so for the Love Box, what is actually in the box itself that the young people will be receiving, the mothers will be receiving as a message of love from us?
Yeah, so each box contains a book with some encouraging stories, and then it has a little journal here for them to write in, and then even one of these little handwritten letters by those who assemble the boxes. And then it has finally one of these little best gift ever onesies for their new baby.
That's even better than a Steeler onesie right there. And really that's how, like, if you're calling this a love box and also Hits for Hope, it's those kinds of things that young people, when they're pregnant, the baby still seems to be a surreal moment. But when you see a onesie, you realize it's going to manifest into something far more than you could ever imagine. And I think this journal idea is a beautiful way for the young women to gain strength. Each day there's different verses here and different encouragements, and it allows them to write their thoughts as they go through. And I think this will probably end up, in my estimation, I think this is going to end up as a gift to a lot of these babies at some point in their lives from their moms. And sharing in the stories that Amy Ford put together in this book, it's also very important to have meditations. We, during the Advent or Lent, we always are looking for meditations to do, to make us focus on where God is calling us. And truly, these will be like meditations for them, because they'll be called not just simply to give themselves during that time of pregnancy, but also to give themselves to their child and the support that is necessary. So tonight is the night that the Knights for Life and some of their parents are going to come and help you put together these boxes, 280 boxes. Do you have anything you want to add or say to the people who helped us on the way through this project?
I mean, I'm just so thankful for everyone, for you, Father, for the rest of my friends in Knights for Life, and all those who contributed to the cause so much more than I had expected.
And that's how God works in our lives. We put ourselves out there. A quick story, there was a game when Ryan was playing, and he was at bat, and the score was tied, and there was 2 runners on, and he had 2 strikes on him. And the first base coach is one of our parishioners, and he called down to Ryan. He says, "Get a hit for the babies." and Ryan drove in the winning run. So I think God does pay attention to baseball as well as the work that we do. So thanks, Ryan, for spending a little bit of time with us this evening. We're going to be able to share with the people, the young people coming to put together the boxes, and looking forward to keeping 280 young ladies in our prayers as we move forward. So thanks again, Ryan. I think successful gift to others, hitting for hope and the love boxes in support of our prayers, because we know the sacredness of life. It begins with conception and ends with natural death. And in our world today, the unborn don't have a voice, but they have a voice tonight through Ryan and his group, the Knights for Life from Norwin High School.
Thank you, Father.
You're welcome.
The day I received love in a box, I had an abortion scheduled for the next day. My 5-year plan didn't include an unplanned pregnancy, and I thought I deserved a chance at the life I planned, and it didn't include a baby. I was submerged in my own coldness. I had turned off my emotion weeks ago and hardened my heart. My mind was made up. My sister had gone through Embrace Grace, and she told me there were people praying for me, that I was stronger than the decision I was about to make. She assured me that I was capable and read a letter written to me from an Embrace Grace leader. Because of the encouragement I received from that love in a box, I couldn't go through with the abortion the next day. And after going through Embrace Grace, it felt like complete strangers had sat down and washed my feet. Embrace Grace helped me be brave. Love in a box saved my baby, and Embrace Grace saved me.
Partner with your local churches and receive free love boxes for your clients. Visit the Embrace Grace booth to find out more.
Hi, my name's Dawn Souder, and I'm leader of the Embrace Grace group at Refuge Church, which is going to start in January. We're excited about our team and about the girls that we're going to be able to help.
Hi, and I'm Tina Stavros, and I'm learning under Dawn. I am from Bridge City Church at the Murraysville campus, and we are launching our first ministry in January. So we're very excited to be helping here with the love boxes.
Well, as you see, not only these students coming together to put these boxes together as a project, but you can also see the intention of the love that they truly desire to share with these women. It's not just a nice thought. It is truly the pro-life generation. These young people understand in order to support or pray against abortion, they must support life as well. So once again, God, as he does so well, he uses our talents, uses the gift of baseball to bring so many together and in our parishes in order to support life. So remember, it is in times like these that we are forged into saints. In the darkness, reaching out to others because we always trust in Jesus and stay safe in the Lord.